Another episode, TB2. We back doing another weekly recap, going over all the things that have happened in wrestling. We're talking AAA. We're talking Clash in Italy, Raw, SmackDown, AEW. I may even have a little Lucha Underground news, boss. So we got a full show. We're going to go ahead and get into it. You know, you're joined by the Burr. You can spell it out B-U-R-R-R-R. I'm here with a co-host, Mr. Boss, B-O-double-S-R sign. Boss, what's good, man?
Whoa, yo, it's your boy, the boss.
Energy blowing everything up.
Yo, it's your boy, the boss. I'm here. My shit blew up just now, but I'm back, man. It's another week of wrestling. TB2 pod, the IWC Tag Team Champions, B-U-R-R-R, and B-O-double-dollar signs, the boss. We are here.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear that Lucha Underground news, but don't come out the gate with it, man. Just let me have a little bit of suspense, all right?
Well, we'll get to it in just a little bit. We are going to start with some Lucha news, though, because everybody's talking about it. We're going to start off the conversation with the big match. We even went live on TikTok during this match. It was the mask versus mask. We finally had the ending of the story of El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. And the world is talking about the match. The match was a great match, told a wonderful story, had some masks being ripped open, had some blood. But at the end of the day, we kind of hoped that it would be the case. But at the end of the day, the new El Grande Americano is now the only El Grande Americano. And they removed the mask of OG to reveal that the OG El Grande Americano was Chad Gable.
Chad Gable is OG Grande Americano.
Were you as mind blown as I was?
I was so shocked. It was like 3 people I thought it was, and Chad Gable was not one of them.
You still holding out hope that it was Omos under the mask?
I was like, maybe it's Omos. I was waiting until the very end, until the mask came off of his face, and he said it himself. I didn't believe it. I was like, whoever, I'm like, yo, I don't know who it could be. I was like, wow, Chad Gable is you. Who would have thought? Who would ever thought?
He can go back to doing the Alpha Academy thing with the Creed brothers. I'm sure he's going to get a nice little push going forward. And maybe as a baby face, it seemed like he was getting a baby face reaction after this match.
Yeah, I mean, something that we talked about off camera, bro. Like, this is a luchador story. It's been other. For example, Vikingo, the son of Dr. Wagner, just Octagon Jr. They switched their names, bro. Like they carry on the mask, they carry on the legacy, and this is WWE's original luchador story. So yeah, once you see it all play out like it did, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a great story, man. It was one of the greater stories of wrestling this year. And I guess last year too, because it was from last year.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the best thing for this match and for this feud was them kind of moving it to AAA. I find it interesting how the crowd for AAA and the crowd for WWE shows, they treat this, and even the superstars kind of come across differently. The new El Grande Americano, he gets booed every week on WWE television, but in AAA, he is John Cena. I mean, he is over. So I think, yes, I agree. This is a history-making thing. WWE finally has their own created luchador story that they can pass on through AAA and through wrestling for years to come, which is great. I love wrestling things in history. Chad Gable being a part of it, and then an injury causing this whole thing to be completely turned upside down, because we have no idea where they were going originally with this.
Right.
Chad Gable getting hurt and turning this whole story upside down, creating a new character under the same mask, just weekly to weekly story, and it paid off for once in history. Normally it doesn't, but this time it paid off. It worked.
Yeah, it was getting redundant, but it wasn't too stale. They was keeping it hot in AAA. That was a good move for them to do, like you said. That was the highlight, bro, of Grande No Chase. Night
Yeah, I
one,
agree.
week 1.
Yeah, I
Cause
agree.
the
It was
other shit,
had some weird stuff going on. There was an injury that occurred. There was some stuff that happened between Laredo Kid and Phoenix. Title changes, War Raiders. It was go back and watch the show. It was a decent show all around, but it's well worth your time to watch that main event.
the main event was awesome.
I agree. I agree. We'll go ahead and go into it. Not going to be completely in timeline order, but in news wise, uh, the next night after the AAA event, we had Clash in Italy. We had a big WWE PLE with all these
Mhm.
huge matches on the card, trying to get a big pop from Italy, and it sounded like it worked.
Yeah, the Europeans, they love WWE, bro.
Yeah,
They love that shit. The European tour is definitely a smash over there. They gotta keep doing it. It's a smash. And when they do it over there, wrestling come on early over here. So
yeah, yeah.
that's cool. That's cool.
We'll go ahead. We'll go through the matches. We were gonna do a prediction show. Things didn't work out. We thought about live streaming the thing at the time. It really wasn't worth our time. We had some stuff going on. We had some live events to partake in, and some people to meet and hands to shake, some babies to kiss. So TB2 trying to expand the horizons. We got some big stuff coming up around the corner. But in Italy, we had some titles on the line. One of them being the women's intercontinental title with Becky Lynch defending against Sol Ruca. And
Mhm.
if we would have done a prediction, boss, I don't know if I would have went this way. Sol has had some issues since she's come up on the main roster. She has had issues hitting the Soul Snatcher. She's had a couple of different, I don't want to call them botches, but slip ups in the ring. Hasn't looked as crisp as she did at the top of her game in NXT. So I didn't know if they thought that it was time to put the belt on her, but sure enough, they did. Sol Ruca hits the Soul Snatcher on Becky Lynch and becomes your new Intercontinental Women's Champion.
Yeah. She said she's gonna be a fighting champion, so let's see what she do. Congratulations to Sol Ruka.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't got much to say. She hit the Soul Snatcher finally. Becky Lynch is up out of there.
yeah. I hope we get some fresh feuds for Soul.
Right. Bring Zarya up.
Yeah, yeah. We do that
I
again.
don't know what's gonna happen with Becky Lynch now, but yeah, she lost the title at Clash of Italy. Um, the crowd seemed like they were happy about the decision of Sol Ruka winning. So
Yeah,
congrats to Sol Ruka, man.
crowd was crowd was hot. Crowd was hot. The other women's match on the card, Rhea Ripley defending her title against Jade Cargill, and she does it successfully.
Yeah, you have predicted this off camera that Charlotte Flair was gonna help.
I did. I
You was
did.
like, Charlotte gonna help her.
Yep.
You was right. You was right.
I mean, it's they're building towards the triple threat. I think they're building towards Jade versus Rhea versus Charlotte. That's the logical way to do it. I don't know if it'll be at Night of Champions. They may do Charlotte versus Rhea at Night of Champions, and Jade screws over Charlotte, and that's what causes the triple threat.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought that this is just the way that they were gonna go with the story. It looks like they are. I don't know if we're ever gonna get Alexa Charlotte because I feel like that's just kind of it's inevitable. But at this point, I feel like it's not as hot as it was at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're probably gonna end up getting Rhea Jade again at some point.
Damn. I think so, man. I think so. I think this is the feud of the year for the women as far as what they got. The two biggest women.
Yeah. Talking about big women, we got big beefy men slapping meat in Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, the grudge match. Um, I wasn't sure why we were doing this, and if we would have done a prediction, I would have probably told you that at the end of the day, the only reason they would bring Brock back would be to have him beat Oba, and maybe they do one more match, because otherwise having him lose to Brock twice in a row doesn't make any sense on why bringing him back. It doesn't logically make any sense. So I maybe, he squashes him again and it stomps the exclamation point on Oba shows up on Raw after this event and has a great showing. You can tell he doesn't have the same confidence that he had before fighting Brock Lesnar this last weekend, but he still had a great showing and still shows that he is a man to be messed with, a beast. But at Clash of Italy, Brock hits him with like 8 F5s and ends up getting the win. And at the end of the night, or at the end of their match, Brock goes to leave and makes sure to tell Oba, "Hey, 1+1," which I think he meant to say like we're 1 and 1, like one each. But he kept repeating 1+1 because
1+1,
Brock
bitch.
Lesnar.
You lost, bitch. 1+1, you lost, bitch. Damn, Brock. Technically, y'all are even, but okay. I guess 1 means 2 for you.
So yeah, maybe they're gonna do one more in Minneapolis at SummerSlam. Maybe they do the grudge match. Maybe they do an I Quit match to finish Brock Lesnar off completely, and they get a little bit more steam out of this feud.
Well, Brock's from Minnesota.
And that's where I thought he was always going to get retired. I thought he was going to do a match against Gunther and get retired in Minnesota. That's where I always thought it was going, and it still might.
He might. He might. He might. He might. Who knows? He
Yeah.
might beat Gunther though. He might be the one that beat Gunther. Always, I said it earlier in this podcast journey that's the one to beat him.
I know they may be building Oba up to be the one to beat him.
To beat Gunther?
Yeah. Well, fuck, Cody did it.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we'll just go ahead and get into it. Title match: Cody versus Gunther. Everybody thought that it was going to be maybe this is where they make the title change. They don't. Cody ends up winning and keeping the title.
Yeah, he do. He do. Controversial pin, nonetheless. But I mean, we've seen Gunther versus Cody a few times, so we knew that they could go at it. They could give us a good match.
Yeah.
If it was the prediction blog, I would have had Gunther winning this, and thinking at this time. But
yeah, I think I
bro.
probably would have had Gunther too.
Yeah, I would have had Gunther. Only for personal preferences of me wanting Gunther to win and Cody to lose. Not no real true reason why. But I guess there's a reason why, because Cody won.
Yep.
So yeah, Cody's still on top. They love him in Europe too. I was
Yep.
surprised because I mean Gunther's over. Gunther is the European guy, but I don't know, man. So many swerves and turns in the WWE, man. It's hard to really call it. But I mean, it's a good match. Free show match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a good match. They start off the night.
Can you be mad? It's free.
The big story that we had coming out of Italy, we had one family affair that seemed like it needed to be settled. And honestly, I kind of thought I knew how this was going to go, but I wasn't sure exactly how the follow-up would be. But we had Roman Reigns defending his world title against Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. And this match had a lot going on with it. But after some Superman punches, some spears, some tables, the tribal chief needs to be acknowledged come Monday Night Raw by Jacob Fatu, because Roman Reigns keeps his title, keeps the belt, and without the help of the Usos. No Usos around, no Solo Sikoa around. People thought maybe he was going to show up. Roman does it by himself.
Roman's starting to look like Roman Reigns again.
Yep.
Because he had me worried at Backlash. He had me worried in the build up to this. If it was a prediction, I would have picked Roman Reigns though. But he had me worried, bro. He really did. Jacob Fatu been beating his ass. Tonga Death gripping the shit out of him. I thought the only way he could win is with the help of the Usos in Solo.
What almost solidified this for me that Roman was going to win was when Jacob came out when his promo did the Monday prior and said, hey, if I win, I'm the tribal chief and I'm the head of the table. And if I lose, I still got a job here, so it's a win-win for me. Like, already before going into this, before at Backlash, you didn't need this or want this belt. You needed it. You needed to beat Roman. You needed it. And now it's just, oh, yeah, if I win, cool, but if I lose, still cool. Like it'll be all right. Like I don't think you had the same confidence going into it as you did before, and I think that's what caused him to not be able to beat Roman because I think he probably could. He just wasn't his confident self.
Yeah, out of all the Samoans, I think Jacob got the move set that could beat Roman,
Yep.
but it's just not your time.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you gotta fall in line.
Gotta fall in line. Might be the best thing for you though, instead of being the odd man out.
I mean, we'll talk about. I mean, we can get into it. We'll get into the SmackDown stuff here a little bit later. We'll go ahead and jump into it. On Monday Night Raw, we start the night off with Acknowledgement Day. The Usos
Right.
come out, Roman Reigns comes out, and they call out Jacob to acknowledge Roman Reigns. And I find it so interesting that Jay Uso makes the comment, "Man, first day of the job and he's already late." He
Mhm.
he was basically in the same exact situation that Jacob is in. He was the one that had to acknowledge and didn't really follow Roman, but had to follow Roman because of the tribal combat and because of all the like. He kind of got bullied, he kind of got picked on, but he still had to stay loyal, and then was able to break out as a huge star, right? And so I feel like Jay, out of anybody, could have a little empathy here for what Jacob's about to go through, and instead, your boy is already clowning on him.
We was in the army, bro. You know how it is when the specialists make E5, he start tripping.
I mean,
Same
yeah,
shit. Same shit. Jacob is a fucking private and Jay Uso is a specialist in the
I
army, in the OTC army.
have a feeling that we are going to get a feud for second in command between Jey Uso and Jacob.
Damn, Jacob want to be second in command. You just got there. You definitely the lowest on the pole. Y'all just gonna skip over Jimmy Uso. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Jealousy story within the family. Finally, we get it again. Finally, we get another
I think
bloodline.
there'll be a united front for the most part, but you're gonna still see those jabs back and forth, and eventually Roman's just gonna be like, "Hey, listen, y'all need to fix your shit because it's causing us problems."
Yeah. At first, I thought it was gonna be Solo Sikoa that go renegade, but
And that's
yeah, it
the thing
might be
too.
Jacob.
They show Solo and Tala and Tama standing outside ringside while Jacob Fatu leaves. So are they planning on doing a Bloodline versus Bloodline? Are they gonna bring Zilla in to join Solo to make it four
Here
on
we go with
four?
this Zilla shit. Zilla not coming, bro. Zilla ain't coming to WWE. Too gangster.
Yeah, well, I never thought Enzo Amore would go back to WWE, and yet there are some rumors.
The rumors are heating up. I mean, if Zilla come, it would be his debut. So I mean, it's more realistic. But I mean, Enzo already been around that circus, so you know who knows. But what we do know is Jacob Fatu did have to acknowledge his tribal chief, broke him down. Humiliation ritual. Get on your
Yep.
knees, nigga. Acknowledge me, nigga.
And he does. He holds his hand up. He acknowledges him. They pose for the camera. And honestly, I almost thought there was a chance that Jacob was going to take out the Usos here because he stood behind the Usos and behind Roman. But instead, he throws up that one, and we have a new version of the Bloodline. We've got Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Jacob Fatu, their new muscle and hitman.
Yep. Well, he kind of came in as that, so he's just getting back in his spot with a bigger leader instead of Solo this time.
Yep, yep.
There we go. Clash of
Um,
Italy.
yeah, I mean that
Boss, what's your review?
on Clash. You want the stars?
Because I was gonna ask myself, but why ask myself when I could ask you?
I'll give it a 2.
I'm giving it 2.5. Gunther and Cody.
Yeah, I mean it was a decent show. There was nothing that just blew me out of the water. I'd probably watch the AAA match 2 or 3 times before I'd watch this whole card here. Um just because nothing really major happened. Yes, Soul won her title. I'm not trying to take anything away from that. Brock winning, I'm not sure why we're doing this. I figured Cody was, maybe going to come out of this. I don't know where they're going with Gunther. I knew Roman was going to win. All in all, it was a decent show. We move forward to Clash of Champions, Night of Champions at the end of the month on the 27th of June.
The WWE train moves on. The
It
TB2
does.
pod moves on.
We'll go through some of the stuff that happened on SmackDown before Clash in Italy. This was the Friday before Clash in Italy. Just a few things that happened. One thing I didn't like, Alexa Bliss, they do a spot in the ring where it's Jade and her baddies talking back and forth between Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa. And Alexa has a great promo calling Jade a rookie, telling her that she's warned others and she's going to go ahead and give her one warning that she's embarrassed people a lot better than her and not to make her embarrass her in this ring too or on this mic. It was a great little promo. And then she proceeds to get cleanly beat by Jade Cargill with a Jaded in the middle of the ring. And then takes
Yeah.
a Jaded on a chair. I'm not a
Take
fan.
that. I was a fan of that. I thought that promo game from Alexa was really weak because you know you can't beat Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill will mop your little ass across the ring, girl. Like I thought the promo was trash, and I thought the attack was good. That's what I thought.
Well, we on different sides of the coins on this one, boss.
We are. Because I was like, hurry up and shut up. Slam this little bitch.
Be done with it. Be done with it.
Yeah, be done with her.
Talking about women that you like, another spot that happens on SmackDown, Chelsea Green is in a match against Nia. And Nia's in the corner going for her little bonsai drop. And Tiffany Stratton shows up and hits Nia with the belt. And by hits Nia, I mean it's one of those like you're play fighting with your 3-year-old nephew. And so like you hit him in the head. Like she whiffed. They tried to do their best they can on the camera, but it looked terrible. It looked bad. Nia sold it. It looked, I don't know what was the miscommunication between the Tiffy swing and where Nia's face was supposed to be, but they did not connect at all. Yeah, it looked kind of rough, but your girl Nia ended up losing the match to Chelsea.
Yeah. And I thought Chelsea and Tiffany Stratton was beefing for the U.S. title, but I don't know. I saw that shit. At first it was like, okay, Last Legend gonna handle it, but
Yep, did not. She distracted the ref.
that's all she did.
Another thing that didn't really make sense to me, we had a tag team match. It was Talatonga and Tamatonga against Damian Priest and his tag team partner, Royce Keys.
So R-Truth went to the Mega House and got cloned into Royce Keys.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe just R-Truth isn't here tonight, so they got to have, because those are your tag team champions. So they should be teaming together and building their chemistry, and maybe he's just not here tonight. Maybe he got attacked and there's an injury angle that I'm missing. Or he shows up later on in the match.
Or he's in the Mega Housing Machine and he's Royce Keys.
He shows up later on in the match to try to help Damian Priest and Royce Keys. It doesn't work. Talatonga and Tama end up getting the win. But if he was there, why don't you have your tag team champions teaming together? Because the team had to lose and you couldn't beat the tag team champions that are two people that really don't work together most of the time?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Back to WWE tag team divisions and them not having faith in booking any of it.
They trying to balance it out and punish R-Truth at the same time. I don't know. I don't think Triple H like R-Truth.
He may not. Maybe there's some specific reason that Triple H just doesn't like R-Truth's personality.
He never did.
Or maybe
Booker T. Or The Rock. So I don't know, man. I don't think Triple H gonna ever beat those allegations, man. Every time he get a little close to beating the allegations, he do some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
maybe it's just political views. Maybe they just have different political views.
I think so, man. But that shit's a mess, man. They got a perfectly good tag team in fucking Tonga and shit. And then they just got these thrown together motherfuckers on the other side. And I mean, I like Damian Priest. I ain't gonna lie, I like him. He's cool. Like he's alright with me. But Royce Keys, I guess, but and R-Truth, he's a legend to me, but fuck, this shit don't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does not. It does not. And then the last thing I have wrote down that I guess was of note for WWE SmackDown was Sami Zayn is still in the back of the arena bitching at Cody Rhodes. I
Oh
thought we were
yeah.
done with this before before WrestleMania, but apparently this gimmick is still continuing.
Sami Zayn back to it, man. Except now he's just a little darker. Getting a little darker, getting a little more angrier, but still bitching.
Yeah,
Not
he
enough boots to the face.
he's talking to Cody about how he didn't save Cody from Gunther because he's the only good guy around here, and he's trying to teach Cody a lesson because that's what good guys and good teachers do is teach people lessons that they need to have learned. And I don't know if I'm down for this heel version of Sami Zayn. I guess we'll see, but I don't know if I like what I'm seeing right now.
Put a turban on his head. Put a turban on his head.
He'll get hit
They have a
then.
yeah, and I'll be with it. I'll be more with it. But I still ain't with it. I ain't getting down with it. I don't know, man. Until he do some shit, I ain't getting with it.
Yeah.
Until he
Um.
show me what he's talking about. He talking a lot. Show me something, Sammy. Show me
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Switching over to Raw, we get the King of the Ring brackets announced. We're gonna do a little smaller side video, just breaking down our King of the Ring predictions. We're gonna do that a little bit later. But we have some of the matches that happen on Raw.
Yeah,
Oba ends up wrestling on his side of the thing, has a
yeah.
good showing. Again, we'll get into the whole King of the Ring thing, but Oba has a good showing. The things that came out of Raw, they exclusively highlighted in a video package how Danhausen has saved the New York Knicks and
I
how
saw that.
he cursed them, and they were 2-1 in the first season or the first series, down 2-1 against I think it was Atlanta, and then got
Yeah.
uncursed because somebody paid Danhausen some human monies, and now the Knicks are unbeatable? Is the curse that strong that it exceeds past the worlds of wrestling reality and into our world, boss? Is that what I'm led to believe?
Dang, so far. But I mean, they gotta play against the Spurs. Phew.
They
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 gonna
got an
need they gonna
alien.
need they gonna need the curse to beat the Spurs. The whole team is alien-fied, bro. Shit, Wimby Alvin, Castle, Fox, phew, Vassell, they
Yeah,
got a team over there. Carter Bryant, they got a team. Champagne, they got a little team over there in San Antonio, man. So I don't know. They're gonna need the curse. But I mean, ESPN and WWE, they are brothers, they are family, so they're gonna integrate this type of shit in the video packages and vignettes.
yep. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith on
Boo!
Monday Night Raw.
Boo! Get him in the ring. I'm ready for him to get in the ring and let Danhausen slam the shit out of him. But okay,
There,
okay.
Sammy. You can do that for me, Sammy. You can hit Steven with a helluva kick. You can do that for
You
me.
can.
I
You
believe you're
can.
the good guy then.
Yeah. I'll really buy in.
Other than the King of the Ring stuff that comes out of Raw, the big interesting thing that happens, we get a match, Seth Rollins against Braun Breaker on a random Monday Night Raw. This thing that's been prepping and building for weeks and weeks and weeks, and on Monday Night Raw is when we're gonna get it. There's a spot where Paul Heyman actually gets speared by Braun Breaker through the barricade. He's sprinting around the ring, going for Rollins. Rollins moves out of the way, and Heyman takes the blow. But as Braun is getting back into the ring, Seth Rollins has grabbed Austin Theory's tag team title, or Braun Breaker's tag team title, I guess, because Paul's out. And as Braun Breaker goes to spear him, this is classic Bret Hart Goldberg back when they had their feud. Bret Hart wore a hockey jersey and had a steel plate mounted around his stomach. So that way, when Goldberg speared him, Goldberg would knock himself out, hitting the steel plate on Bret Hart. And we get
Right.
the same thing here. Seth Rollins is holding that title around his waist while the ref is checking on Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker hits him with the spear, knocks himself out, takes a stomp, and Seth Rollins beats Braun Breaker. This guy that they're supposedly pushing to the moon loses on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta lose sometimes in the back and forth feud. So it was a good little
Yep.
creative spot, actually. Besides a roll up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking
Yeah.
with it. I'm fucking with it. I liked
It's
it.
not
I
an
liked it.
it's not a spot that's been overplayed in wrestling 100 times.
Right, right, right. So I liked it that. I'm not mad at it. They need to keep hot matches on the weekly shows. So
Yeah. Yeah, keep me
I
from
ain't mad
falling
at it.
asleep during the show.
Yeah, instead of them talking on the mic and shit all damn night, arguing with each other and brawling in the back. So
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Other than that, most of the other stuff is King and Queen of the Ring related. We'll go ahead and do a sub movie or a sub video on all that, sub show on all that. Y'all go check it out. It's going to be on TikTok, clips on TikTok. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Spotify. Make sure you check out that video as well. Like this
This
one,
one will be too.
subscribe. Do what?
I said this video will be too.
Yes, yeah. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. We talking about getting spears around here. Why don't you spear the like button as hard as you can? Let me see if it's got that Goldberg spear momentum, or maybe like a Bobby Lashley spear. Is it a Jey Uso spear? Is it an Edge
Hmm.
spear? Is it a Gilbert spear? Because you don't want that Gilbert spear. We gonna get into a little bit of AEW news. Before we get into AEW news, because we're switching gears, because WWE owns AAA and AAA owns Lucha Underground, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little sneak of what I'm hearing on the streets, boss. We may be getting a revival of Lucha Underground. They have been posting tweets saying coming soon. They have been posting old episodes on the now renewed YouTube channel of Lucha Underground. We may be getting some Lucha Underground back in our lives under the AAA umbrella.
I hope WWE don't mess this up.
And that's what
Don't touch the production.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't touch the production. They got good wrestlers. WWE AAA got the roster, but don't touch the production of Lucha Underground. Don't touch it.
Yeah, and that's what I think helps AAA, even though it's a WWE owned, promotion, they haven't gotten away from AAA style of wrestling. And that's why ECW, the WCW or WWE version of ECW, why it failed, because they tried to WWE it so much versus letting it be what it was supposed to be. If
Well,
they
they WWE the fuck out of that AAA pay-per-view. That was WWE style, baby. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
you got a point. So I'm just hoping, we get back to the original Lucha Underground style and not super WWE G-rated,
Yeah.
great value version of what we once had, because I loved it.
Yeah, I love Lucha Underground. They better not fuck with it.
The big news, I guess, coming out of AEW is one of our, most looked up to superstars. And the reason why we're looking up to him is because he's jetting over our heads doing a UFO splash, most devastating splash in all of AEW, possibly all of wrestling. Kevin Knight turned heel on Darby Allin and was confronted by his former partner, another person that we sit here and talk about on the pod all the time. He is strong-willed. He's, level-headed. He's got determination and spirit. And that's what really makes him a winner. And that's Mike Bailey. And he tries to tell Kevin, like, hey, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Let's make it right. And Kevin gives him a shot for saying it. So I think we're getting, I can almost guarantee we're getting a Kevin Knight Speedball Mike Bailey feud going forward.
Yeah, it's coming, man. He already went against the grain when he did that shit to MJF against his partner's will. You called that it was coming. See,
Yep.
MJF ain't got time to deal with Kevin Knight's ass. So they gonna feud within. It's coming. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
And
Damn, Kevin Knight.
this is really going to be one of those examples of when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Because when you have the UFO splash versus a true winner, I don't know how this doesn't just end in, ties every time.
You got the jet against the speed. It ends in death every time.
Um, we had
Death
another
match.
match, Jericho against Ricochet. Jericho ends up winning pretty clean. I was kind of, as I'm watching this match, I'm like, man, can we get over with the Jericho Ricochet? I'm kind of done with that. They've had some good matches. They've had a good feud, but
Wow.
I'd like to see something else. And
Damn.
sure enough, after Jericho wins, he gets attacked by Tommaso Ciampa.
Mm-hmm.
And beaten down pretty good. So I guess we're gonna get Jericho versus Ciampa as a feud going forward, and I'm excited to see where they go with it.
I still think the demand in Jericho got to pass the torch. Jericho got to pass the torch to Ricochet in some form. So I think Ricochet got one more win over Jericho coming in the future, maybe at Forbidden Door. Hopefully they don't drag this out, but it'll be, I don't know. We'll see in the upcoming weeks where we go, if it's Trump or if it's Ricky. Yeah, Ciampa's out there getting his, man. We almost forgot about you, Ciampa. But you need to go against Jericho, slow the pace down, you know? So I think this will
I
be a
could
good little
almost
feud.
I could almost see in them doing one more match, Ricochet and Jericho, and him putting the lion salt on the line and saying, hey, listen, Ricochet, if you really think you can beat me, I'm so confident in this that if you beat me, I will never, ever, ever do the lion salt again. And it is now your move, Ricochet. And Ricochet win that match.
You think the crystal ball told you that or what? Because that's some wild shit. That just came out the fucking blue.
No,
But all right.
that's some. I see some cloudiness in between me and that, but I think that's where the idea is coming from. It's crystal ball, kind of seeing where things are going.
Well, I think something gonna be on the line. I think it's gonna be a big ending. Something has to happen. Something gotta be up for grabs. Something gotta be something.
We get a new title contender, I guess, as Jungle Man is talking about how he's training to become a world champion, and we get this vignette where he's making Luchasaurus drink raw eggs, and he's training and whatnot, and then he loses again to Mark Davis in the Owen Hart tournament. Um, so Jack Perry is not getting the title shot at this time.
Okay.
I don't. It seemed like they were trying to build up something for him, just for Mark Davis to win. It kind of confused me, the booking on this. They've got something they're trying to do with Jack Perry. I just don't know what. I need a little something more from him. We get random matches sometimes in wrestling. And I feel like AEW is the only place that you can get some of these matches. Not because it's just like not just because I feel like Tony Khan is the only person that's going to look at his roster and say, you know what? I think him and him, that's the card. They don't have matches, put them in the match. Because we get a fatal four-way, okay? Listen to these names. We get Rouge versus Brian Cage versus Orange Cassidy versus Leo Rush and his new Blackheart gimmick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I was gonna say we can't talk about weekly review without talking about Leo Rush, man. Orange Cassidy
Yeah,
and Leo Rush. Orange Cassidy and Leo Rush, that's the new feud. Going forward.
they were entertaining. They were entertaining in the ring together.
Shout out to Brian Cage.
We found him.
Shout out to Roos.
Yeah.
We finally found Brian Cage. He made an appearance in a fatal four-way.
Looking jacked.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no reason why he ain't like the world title champion. Like, Fuck.
Somebody explain to me why he wasn't called when they rebooted American Gladiators. Because nobody on this planet looks more American Gladiator right now at this point of time than he does. Nobody.
Facts. This is fucking facts,
Nobody.
man. Why is he not the damn AEW heavyweight champion, Tony Khan? Good lord. Put a belt
Yep.
on him. Put a belt on that man ASAP.
Marvel's needing a new Wolverine going forward. Bring him in.
Juggernaut, Wolverine, one of them. One of them. One
Yeah.
of them. Shout out to Brian Cage. Shout out to Leo Rush too. I got tongue tied.
He
Shout out
is
to Leo Rush.
all over my
Hmm.
Facebook. His gimmick is getting over.
It's always been me. Yeah, he cold. He cool. He getting his ass beat out there, but hey.
And TB2 exclusive. I got to ask Leo Rush what the deal was with his new character, and he told me off the record it was too much time in Vegas. That's what
Mm,
he told me. I'm just
that's what he told you, bro, huh?
Yep, that's what he
Vegas to
told
do
me.
that. Vegas to do that to a person. Vegas to definitely do that to you. Do a person have shit coming out your mouth. Yeah, change your eyes up, red to your white to black to Vegas definitely do that. I seen it do it to the best of them.
Poor them. Poor them. Last thing we'll talk about, news coming out of AEW. We get to a little celebration between Cage and Colt being new tag team champions. And they try to do their, 5-second pose if you've got flash photography. They are jumped by FTR? No. The Young
Mm-mm.
Bucks? No. The Dogs actually jump
Mm,
and
mm,
look
mm,
like being the next contenders for the tag team titles. What do you think of this
mm.
feud?
You know I love it. You know I love it. We gonna end this show talking about some shit. Then let's talk about this shit. But yeah, I'm a fan of KJ and Coben. I'm a fan of the Dogs, and I guess they need a little warm up match before this I don't know, this elusive triple threat match you keep talking about.
DLC, Bucks, FTR, Cage, and Cope. It is going to
But they
happen.
might
It
not make
has
it
to
though.
happen.
They might not make it. They might not make it.
It has to
They might
happen.
not make it against the Dogs, man. They might not make it. You know what I'm saying? They might get fucked up in there. So who knows? But I'm interested
Yo,
in this. I just feel like I think the podcast has given this like we've given like a couple people the hourglass. We flipped over the hourglass. Cage and Colt, Brock Lesnar, the Bella Twins, all of them hourglass flipped over here at TV2. But we don't know for real. So we don't know how long Cage and Colt is gonna stick around. So
yep,
maybe they waiting for Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods or whatever Xavier
boy,
Woods' name is, Austin, whatever.
Austin
Maybe they
Creed.
waiting.
Yep,
Maybe they waiting for Austin Creed and Kofi Kingston to come through. I don't know, but hey, I like the Dogs. I think this is a good time for them to shine against some legends.
yep. I agree. I think it's going to be a good feud. I think we're going to get some stiff matches, probably some brutal moments between these two. But I'm all for it. I am all for it. And maybe if they are waiting to bring Austin Creed and Kofi in, um, Austin Creed's already talking smack at cons about people coming up with Kenny Omega shirts. So that feud's, ready and white hot as soon as they come. They're going to come over. They have to come over. But until we get to that point, if that's what we're waiting on, and we got to get the Dogs against Cope and Cage, I'm good with it. I am definitely good with it.
Me too, bro. Hey, before we get off though, let's have a little wager bet. Who do you think gonna come first? Enzo Amore to WWE or Kofi and Austin Creed to AEW? Who touched down first?
I think Enzo shows up first in NXT.
Wow. Okay. We'll stay tuned. You heard it.
Only reason I say that is because I know Austin Creed and Kofi have at least a 90-day no compete, and Enzo doesn't. So Enzo can show up at any time.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Y'all heard it here first, IWC. We're gonna keep our eyes on both. But until then, we know that the Dogs and Cage and Cope is there. We know FTR is there. We know the Ops. We know Young Bucks. We know who's where right now. And you know where y'all at right now. Y'all are with the TV2 podcast. I'm BO double dollar signs the boss.
I'm the Burr. B-U-R-R-R. And we, out.